Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started on our backs. I'm going to ask that you just go ahead and find yourself in a comfortable position, laying down on the ground. And we're going to do a supine check-in. What that means is we're going to start our movement practice by letting go of tension and observing what the body's already doing without conscious control. So get into a nice comfy position. If you need a bolster underneath your knees or your head, or perhaps you need to bend your knees to be in this position comfortably, feel free to do that. While you're laying on your back, if you want to place those hands on your abdomen, perhaps we can take our hands together first, rub them together, and just imagine a brilliant white light manifesting in between your hands. Take your hands a couple inches apart and then move them further apart and closer together. Just notice that sensation you feel. Rub them together one more time. Your hands represent healing, love, compassion. Let's go ahead and place that on our abdomen. Nice and gentle and easy. And just turn your attention inside and notice what you see. So we'll start in our attention in our lung area. So just take your attention into your lungs, and as you breathe in, expand your lower ribs, front, sides, and back. As you exhale, exhale very, very slowly, like you're blowing through a straw. See if you can start to be aware of how your lungs absorb energy from your breath. So breathe in. And imagine your lungs are like a sponge, excuse me, absorbing the energy and the oxygen of that breath that you just took. As you exhale, exhale tension, discomfort, anything that's less than positive, let it come out with the breath. You can allow there to be a pause in between each one of your breaths. So as you breathe in, expanding those ribs, front, sides, and back, taking in as much air as you possibly can, hold for just a few moments, and then exhale very, very slowly. Kind of like you're blowing through a straw. From here, while you continue to breathe expansively, you can walk your fingers around your abdomen and just explore the sensations there, making sure that everything feels relatively comfortable. This is where our immune system lives, guys. So this is where we want to really make sure that everything feels nice and comfortable and relaxed before we start getting into our actual movements this morning. So just walk your fingers around just underneath the rib cage. Walk the fingers around the lower right-hand quadrant, left-hand quadrant, and just really just encourage every part of your abdomen with love, compassion, and make sure everything feels copacetic there. Nice and easy, nice and relaxed. Breathing in slowly and exhaling even slower. If you'd like, I want to invite you to set an intention for your movement practice this morning. This is life. It's right now. It's every moment. So in this moment, I just want to ask that you turn your attention inside and ask yourself, what is it that I'd like to get out of this movement session today? What is it that my body needs? My mind, my spirit? What do I need today? And go ahead and set your intention for today's movement. And as you take in your next deep diaphragmatic breath, see if you can charge up or energize that intention with the energy of your breath. As you exhale, exhale anything that doesn't serve your greatest potential, anything that's not in alignment with that intention. Let it come out with your breath. Allow your thoughts to come and go. Honor the thoughts as they come. And then continuously center yourself back in your intention. Our first movement today is going to be supine log rolls. What you'll do is simply take your arm up towards the ceiling, and you're going to reach your arm across the body, and you can put both arms above the head. Reach your arm across the body and just roll onto your side, and that's the extent of it, and go back onto your backside, switch sides. So you're just reaching your arm up towards the ceiling. You can really feel free to reach up towards the ceiling, reaching through the fingers, and then roll back onto your backside. Reach through the arm. You might feel your scapula coming around your rib cage. And you can reach into different angles, different directions, and then slowly and mindfully return to your backside. Perhaps when you reach a little bit more towards your feet, and then towards the head. This is similar to your good morning stretch, which is known as pendiculation. So in the morning, when you actually give yourself that moment to go and kind of just stretch through your body, that's called pendiculation. So we're doing that as we reach. You can also imagine or practice feeling through each one of the fingers as you reach through your environment. So I can reach through the thumb, the index finger, all the different fingers I can reach through. Okay, so from here, our next movement is a sit-up. To do a sit-up, we're going to draw our belly button towards our spine first. Then we're going to go ahead and come to a seated position. Now, if you need to use your legs for this movement, that's totally awesome. So if you need to get those legs up a little bit and come to your seated position, that's fantastic. When you come down, you're going to go nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. So from the lumbar spine, thoracic spine, and finally your head. So again, before you sit up, go ahead and draw your belly button towards your spine, and then sit up, and then slowly lower yourself down. Nice and easy. Perhaps, take a deep breath before you do your next rep. Relaxing everything, and then drawing your belly button towards your spine. Go ahead and come to your seated position, and then lower yourself down nice and easy. So if this is really difficult, you can bend your knees and pull the backs of your legs as you lower yourself down. That's an option. Use the option that works best for you. Nice and easy, nice and slow. From here, we're going to move into some bridging. Bend both knees, feet flat on the ground. Tuck your butt underneath, press through the heels. Lift your pelvis off the ground. In this position, we're going to keep our pelvis in a stable position. We're going to lift one leg up at a time to do some bridge marching. Nice and easy, nice and controlled, making sure that you're pressing through those heels, making sure those glutes are contracted, your pelvis stays stable, and you lift one leg up at a time. You can keep your palms facing the ceiling and press into the back sides of your hands and your arms, and this will help to contract the posterior shoulder musculature, which is often something that becomes weak as a result of always typing on the computer, always driving in the car, pressing the backs of your hands into the ground. Nice and easy, nice and controlled, breathing throughout the process. Remember, we want to focus on developing efficiency through movement. And to develop efficiency, add breathing, diaphragmatic breathing through every movement that you do this morning. Okay, so inhale, exhale. Let's lower our spine back to the ground one vertebrae at a time. And we'll go back to our log rolls, this time leading with the legs. So arms go back above the head. We're going to lift one leg up towards the ceiling and across the body. Slowly, gently, easily. And then when at the last moment, peel the shoulder up off the ground, just rolling onto your side and then to your stomach. From your stomach, I want you to squeeze the glutes, bend your knee, lift the leg up and behind, return to your backside, switch sides. So the leg comes up, reach across, keeping the shoulders on the ground, roll onto your abdomen, nice and easy. And once you're here, squeeze the glutes first, bend the knee, lift the leg up and over, return to your backside. Switch sides, lift the leg up, reach it across, peel the shoulder off the ground last, and then roll onto your abdomen. From here, squeeze the glutes, bend the knee, lift the leg up and over, return to your backside. Switch, reach the leg up, reach it across, peel the shoulder off, onto your abdomen, squeeze the glutes, bend the knee, lift the leg up, and return to your backside. So this time when we do our sit-ups, what we're going to do is we're going to use a side bend sit. So bend both knees, drop those knees to one side, and come to your seated position. So this is side bend sit right here. One knee's bent in front, one knee's bent in back. I'm going to lower myself down nice and easy with control. And then I'm going to drop my knees to the other side so that I could use side bend sit on the other side. Sit up, nice and long, pressing through the crown of the head. Lower yourself down. Okay, let's drop our knees to the other side. Same exact thing. Pressing yourself up. It's all functional movements, fam. This is so that way, as we age, we'll be able to age gracefully and maintain basic movement patterns, and to be able to use those movement patterns as a way to keep us healthy and strong. Switch sides. Drop the knees to the other side. Sit up. Lower yourself down. Switch sides one last time. Press yourself up. Lower yourself down. Nice and easy. Okay. So from here, let's move back into our bridge. And this time we're going to add an overhead reach. Knees are bent. I want you to tuck your butt underneath, press through the heels into your nice strong bridge position. From here, you're going to squeeze your scapula together on the back side. So your shoulder blades, I want you to bring them together. Now from here, we're going to reach right overhead and then come right back to our starting position. Reach and come right back. You can reach across, come right back, cross, come right back. Whatever angle or direction you feel inclined to reach, feel free to do that. You can add muscular contractions, rotations through the arm. You can make a fist, kind of just twist through the fist, feeling strength throughout the whole body, but with a sense of relaxation as you breathe through the process. So there's an element of work, and there's also an element of relaxation as you go. Okay, nice and strong. Inhale, exhale, let's lower our pelvis back down onto the ground, one vertebrae at a time. Nice and easy, nice and strong. Okay, we're going to do our log rolls one more time. This time what we're going to do is we're going to start with the arm, reach the arm toward the ceiling, reach it across the body. we're going to imagine that we're going to grab something and pull it. So we're retracting the scapula, and then we're going to roll back onto our backside, switch sides. So I reach the arm up, across, reaching through my room, in my environment, make a fist, pull it back, retraction of the scapula, and come right back onto your backside, switch sides. Reach the arm up, reach it out. I'm grabbing something in my room, and I'm pulling it towards my body, making a nice contraction of the posterior shoulder musculature. Come right back to your backside. Switch sides, reach up, reach across, grab it, pull it, come back. If you want to increase the speed, reach, pull, come down. Reach, pull, come down. Reach, squeeze, pull, come down. Nice and easy, nice and controlled. Go ahead and relax just for a moment. Inhale, exhale, nice and relaxed. We're going to move into our last sit-up position. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll onto our side, and then we're going to bend both our knees and our hips, and we're going to press ourselves to our side bend sit sideways. So we're in side bend sit. Lower yourself down, and I'm on my side. From here, I'm just going to press myself to an upright seated position and lower myself down. Okay, nice and easy. Let's try that just a couple more times. Every time you do this movement, see if you can change the direction that you lower yourself down. Just a little bit. Every time you add a variation to how you're moving, you're increasing the function of your connective tissue. And this is something that's very important. Let's switch sides. So now drop the knees to the other side. Press yourself. Now I'm just going to change my position here. Press yourself into your side bend sit and lower yourself down. Okay, press yourself up. Side bend sit. Lower yourself down. One more time. Press yourself up. Side bend sit. And lower yourself down. Okay, guys, bridges. One last time. Go ahead and bend those knees. I want you to tuck your butt underneath. Press through the heels, lifting into a nice strong bridge. From here, we're going to kick out. So what that means is I'm going to lift one foot off of the ground, and I'm going to press into the ground with the heel that's still pressing into the ground, and then I'm going to come right back. So I'm pressing and moving my butt back. It's almost like I'm trying to get away, from something, some issue, and I'm just pressing through. My arms are in front of my body in a nice protective position, ready position. So I'm from bridge, press, come back. Bridge, press, come back. Press, come back. So you're using a speed that works for you, nice and strong. From the bridge, pressing the hips back out, and then coming right back up. Pressing it out, coming right back up. Pressing it out, coming right back up. Okay, guys, inhale, exhale. Let's lower that pelvis right back down onto the ground, one vertebrae at a time. Roll onto your abdomen, please. From this position, we're going to do some rotational reaches. So what that means is you're going to prop yourselves up on your forearms. In this position, I don't want you to feel any tension in the low back. So if you feel tension in the low back, I want you to lower yourself down a little bit. Okay? From here, you're going to cross one arm across the body. You're going to take the other hand, palm facing the ceiling, and you're just going to reach behind. You can go as far as you like, and then come right back to your starting position.
Let's try the other side. Reach across, palm towards the ceiling, reach behind, come back, return to center. Okay, so this time let's add the breath. So breathe in as you reach your arm across the body. As you exhale, bring the arm behind. Come back, nice and easy. Switch sides. Inhale, arm comes across the body. Exhale, reach behind. Come back to center. Same thing again. Inhale, reach across. Exhale, reach. Come back to center. Nice and easy. Okay, switch sides. Inhale, reach across. Exhale, reach behind. I don't know if I just said that backwards. But in any case, you guys get the idea. Coupling the breath with the movement. Reach across, switch sides, reach. Exhale. And back to center. Switch sides. Reach across. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to center. A few more times. Inhale, reach across. Exhale, reach. And one more time, reach across. Inhale. Exhale, reach. And come back to center. Okay, we're going to stay in this position and add some hip extension. So what you're going to do is, this is all about sequencing. So what I want you to do is squeeze the glutes first, and then you're going to lift one leg off the ground. Doesn't matter which one. Lower it down nice and easy, and then let go of the glute contraction. Let's try the other hip now. Squeeze the glutes, lift through the leg, taking the leg into extension, lower down, nice and easy, let go of the contraction. Now for you guys, if you want to have your hand over hand and put your forehead on your hands to do this, that's totally awesome. So you're squeezing through the glutes, reaching through the toes, and then lower down nice and easy. Let go of the contraction. You can even add some rocking in your pelvis from side to side, and then go right back into switching to the other side. So squeeze those glutes, lift through the leg, nice and strong, reaching through the toes, lower down. Okay? Switch sides, squeeze the glutes, reach through the leg, and then lower it down nice and easy. Okay, so our next movement is going to be a series of movements where we're going to use a push-up. So you're going to come with your hands down by your rib cage. You can either press directly into a push-up or onto your knees. Choice is yours. From here, we're going to lift our hips up into the air into a downward facing dog. From our downward facing dog, we're going to send a wave of movement through the spine and lower ourselves into cobra. Don't worry, we're going to do this several times, so give yourself a few minutes to acclimate. And then from here, we lower ourselves through chaturanga and then right back down onto the ground. Okay, so the whole movement series is, remember, press yourself into push-up, lift the hips up into downward facing dog, send a wave through the spine, bringing yourself back through push-up and into cobra, and then lower yourself down. Okay, let's try that again. So pressing yourself up into either tabletop or push-up, lift the hips up into the air, downward facing dog, Send a wave through the spine, coming back through push-up and lowering your hips to the ground in cobra. Opening up that chest nice and wide. And then lower yourself back down to the ground. Okay, let's try it again. Press yourself up. Lift the hips up. Send the wave through the spine. Lower into cobra. Lower yourself the rest of the way down. Okay, see if you can do this movement now, coupling your breath with the movement. So breathe in. Press yourself up. Breathe in. Lift your hips up as you exhale. Breathe in as you send a wave through the spine. Exhale as you lower your hips to the ground, cobra. Inhale as you lower yourself the rest of the way. Okay, let's try it again. So breathe in. Press yourself up. Inhale. Lift those hips up. Inhale, wave through the spine. Exhale, lower those hips. Inhale, lower yourself the rest of the way. All right, guys. From here, we're going to go back into our rotational reaches. So this time we'll do it from a lower position. So now, instead of being propped up on the forearms, we're going to be nice and low to the ground. You're still going to reach across the body. Back here. You're going to reach across the body, palm facing the ceiling. Reach behind, coming to your backside, and then coming right back to your starting position as flat as you can be. You're reaching across, palm faces the ceiling, bring it around, reach, bring it back, lower down. So go at your own speed, as slowly or adding a little bit of speed to make it work for you, and then make sure you're adding the breath. Breathing in as you're crossing your arm across the body. Exhaling as you get that nice long stretch. So you're really creating a nice stretch in between the hand and the foot. So I'm inhaling, reach across. Exhale, reach behind. I'm really focusing on breathing, relaxing. And then coming back. Okay, guys, back to our prone hip extension. This time, instead of keeping the leg straight, we're going to bend the knee. So, squeeze the glutes. Bend the knee. Lift the hip up. And then lower it down, straighten the leg, turn off the contraction. So it's this series of movement that I want you to consider. Squeeze glutes, bend knee, extend hip. Lower the leg, straighten the knee, let go of the glutes. Okay, it's a series, it's a progression of contraction. And we want to teach our body to use those bigger muscles first. So squeeze the glutes, bend the knee, lift the hip, lower, straighten, let go of the glutes. Okay? Squeeze, bend the knee, lift the hip, lower down, straighten the leg, let go of the glutes. Okay? Squeeze, bend, lift, lower, straighten, relax. One last time, the other side. Squeeze, bend, lift, lower, straighten, and then relax. Okay, remember that series of movements with the push-up, down dog, cobra? We're going back to that one. Same exact one. Hands come down by the ribs. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Press yourself into a plank or tabletop position. From here, lift the hips up into the air, downward facing dog. From here, send a wave through the spine, go back through either tabletop or plank, and then lower your hips towards the ground into cobra pose. Chest is open, feeling nice extension through the whole spine, and then we're going to lower ourselves down with control. Okay, let's try that again. So press yourself into push-up, lift the hips up into the air, send that wave through the spine, back into push-up and cobra pose now. And then lower yourself the rest of the way. Okay, again, pressing yourself up into plank, lift the hips, send that wave through the spine, lower your pelvis towards the ground, cobra pose, lower yourself back to the ground. One last time, guys, press yourself into plank, lift those hips, send the wave through the spine, cobra pose, and then lower yourself back towards the ground. Okay, guys, let's get those wrists worked out a little bit. Just make a fist and roll those wrists forwards and back. Okay? You can straighten out your arm and take your fist, position it downward, rotate your arm bones. This will get all the wrist bones ready for more action. Switch sides. So I just make a fist, drop the knuckles, grab the fist, rotate my arm bone. Okay? So here we're going to do our rotational reaches, but this time we're going to press ourselves into more of a cobra pose. So from cobra pose, I'm going to bring one knee up, and whatever knee I bring up, that's the side I'm going to reach with. So I reach behind, come right back to the ground with my hand, straighten the leg, switch sides. Hike that knee up, reach behind, you can also reach above, and you're really pressing through that supporting hand. The shoulders down, away from the ear. Okay, bring that hand down, straighten the leg back out, switch sides, bring it up. Lower it down, switch sides, bring the hip up, reach behind, bring the hand back to the ground, straighten out the leg, switch sides, hike that hip, reach behind, and really see if you can imagine reaching for something. Maybe someone reaching. Bring the hand back to the ground, straighten out that leg, switch sides. Hike that hip up. Now if this starts to get sketchy on the wrists, an option that you can try is either A, forearm, or loose fist. Technically it's not a loose fist, it's just a fist. So I can hike that hip up, I'm pressing into the ground with that nice strong fist. And to keep your wrist stabilized, keep going as I'm talking, to keep that wrist stabilized, you're going to squeeze the thumb into the fingers, and that locks the wrist into a good position. One last time, hike that hip up, reach behind, bring the palm back to the ground, and let's lower ourselves back onto our stomachs. Okay, so from here, we're going to do the same progression for our hip extension. This time we're going to reach it behind and over our body. So we're going to squeeze the glutes, bend the knee. I'm going to reach that foot behind and reach for the ground, touch it, and then come right back to my starting position. Okay, so I squeeze the glutes, bend the knee, reach the leg behind, touch the ground. I'm going to feel the ground with those toes. Bring that leg back, straighten the leg, let go of the glutes. Okay, switch sides. Squeeze the glutes, bend the knee, Lift it up towards the air. Reach for the ground behind you. Feel it with your toes. You can press into it just a little bit. Come back. Straighten the leg. Let go of the glutes. Okay, switch sides. So again, squeeze, bend, reach, feel for the ground. Come back, straighten the leg, let go of the contraction. One last time, squeeze the glutes, bend the knee, reach the leg behind, touch the ground, and come right back to center. Okay, guys, so our last down dog cobra combo. Hands come down by the rib cage. Press yourself into push-up. Lift the hips into the air, downward facing dog. Bend the knees as you send a wave of movement through the spine back into either plank or tabletop position, and then lower the hips towards the ground. Okay, so my chest is open, but my shoulders are down away from my ears. I'm going to lower myself to the ground with control. Relax just for a moment before I go into my next rep. So from here, go ahead, and if you really want to focus on the stability aspect, draw your belly button towards your spine. Squeeze your glutes together, and also squeeze your heels together. Press into that push-up. Then lift the hips up towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. Send a wave through the spine as you go back into either plank or tabletop. Lower the pelvis towards the ground, cobra, and then lower yourself back down. Let's try it one last time, guys. Almost done with this one. Press yourself into plank. Lift the hips up into the air, downward facing dog. Send the wave through the spine. Lower the pelvis towards the ground, cobra pose, and then lower yourself the rest of the way. Okay, guys, let's roll onto our backside, please. From here, we're going to work some get-ups into the equation. So, first things first, knees are bent, feet flat on your mat. Draw your belly button towards your spine and lift your legs up off the ground. From here, we're going to use the momentum of our arms and legs to rock forward and back. Your chin is tucked towards your chest so that you're not smacking your head on the ground. From here, we're going to bring our body weight forward over our feet. Now, if this isn't an option for you, just go as far as you can. So even if I just come up to this position with a little bit of force, that's fine. If you want to take it to the next level, you can come to a standing position. Lower yourself back down and come right back into rocking. Okay? Come up. Press yourself up if you like. Lower yourself down. Right back into rocking. Up. Press yourself up. Lower yourself down. Nice and controlled the whole time. You can move around a little bit when you do your rocking. So I'm just kind of navigating my room here. Moving through my room on my back using rocking. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to use that momentum and bring myself forward. Press up. Lower right back down. Press up. Lower right back down. Take your time with this one. Now, if your back's slapping on the ground, it means you need to tuck your butt under more and contract those abdominal muscles. This is a really good exercise to increase the health of your intestines because you're squeezing those intestines as you move through these different positions. And this is a great way to prevent things like colon cancer. Nobody wants that. Nice and strong, nice and smooth. Nice and easy. Make it creative. Have fun with it. Step to the side. Move around. Make it smooth. You only got a small area to work with? Make your modifications. Nice and easy. Breathe as you go. Okay. Well, from here, let's come to a deep squat position. We're going to move into some break falls. So your heels are off the ground, and all you're going to do is you're going to round your back, you're going to roll back, and gently smack the hands on the ground, and then press yourself back into this deep kneeling position or this modified squat position. So again, I'm rounding through the back. I'm going to gently smack my hands, and that distributes the force or the impact so that I'm not taking it into my body or into my back as much as I'm distributing it. So you lower down, smack, and come back up. You can go to the side, focusing on one arm, go to the other side, roll up, other side, come up, always returning to this mindset of readiness. Use whatever combination works best for you. Coming up, up. Okay, let's come to a standing position, guys. Our last movement series is going to be thrust kicks. We're going to do them to the front, side, and the back. So let's go ahead and come to standing. You're going to have one foot in front of the other. And what we'll do is we'll step forward with one leg, bring the leg up, press through the heel, bring it back, and step back behind us, switch legs. So all I'm doing is I'm stepping forward, thrust, bring it up, and then back. Switch sides. When I'm coming up, you can go as fast or as slow as you want. You want to make sure that you feel the movement and that it feels comfortable for your body. Come back. So you're just switching sides. Press and come back. You can keep the hands up in more of a ready position here, keeping your elbows close to your body. Coming back, nice and light on the balls of your feet. Breathing as you go, especially on the kick, exhale, and then come back. Nice and strong. Nice and easy. Using a speed that works for you. Pressing through that heel. Nice and strong. One last time. All right, guys, let's lower ourselves back down towards the ground. This time we're going to do some get-ups from a seated position, and we're going to use a rotation. So watch this real fast, and then you can do it with me. I'm seated. I'm going to rotate my torso around and put my hands on the ground. From here, I'll lift my pelvis off the ground, drop my weight back, come to standing, lower myself back down. Let me do that from a side position. So from here, bring my arms around, find the ground, bring my torso around, drop my weight back, press myself to standing, lower myself to start again. And then, of course, I'm going to switch sides. So from here, rotate around, bring my body weight over my hands, switch my body weight around, press my body back, and come to standing lower down. Okay? So you're switching using one side and then the other. I like to practice keeping my head up so that I can look around in my environment. I don't want to hyperextend or hurt my neck, so if it feels uncomfortable, I want you to modify how much you extend your neck. But the idea is I want to have situational awareness so that I'm constantly aware of what's going on in my environment. I lower myself down, get myself into seated, switch sides. Nice and easy. Lower down, smooth like a ninja. Get yourself into a nice relaxed cross-leg position. Rotate. Come up, lower down, switch sides. You'll notice that whatever leg is in front in your cross-leg position, that's the leg that you're going to put forward, and you're going to be rotating towards that side, towards the direction of that foot, if that makes sense. So that way, it becomes a smoother transition. You can play around with it. There's no wrong way to do it. It's just a matter of maximizing fluidity while you move around. Nice and easy. Walk around a little bit, add some gentle, relaxing movements. Nice and easy. Come up, lower down. At a speed that works for you guys, that's what it's all about, is making sure it works for you. Okay, so from here, we're going to do some forward break falls. So this one's a little bit tricky, so be careful as you do it. What we're going to do is we're going to get into a low kneeling position. From here, I'm just going to bring my body weight forward, and as I come to the ground into my push-up position, my head comes to the side. And then I'm going to come right back up into my kneeling position. So again, I'm going to bring my body weight forward, catch myself with my hands, my head comes to the side. Press yourself back up into low kneeling. Let's switch sides again. So again, I'm just bringing my body weight forward, catching myself with my hands, my head comes to the side so that I don't smash my face, and then come right back to your low kneeling. Okay, if you want to go a little bit more intense, you can come from a little bit of a higher position, but that's, again, make it work for you. You're going to get plenty of work out of this movement just by keeping it nice and low. Lowering yourself down with control and then bringing yourself right back. Lower yourself down, press yourself up, come back to low kneeling. One more time. Lower. Come right back up. Okay? All right. So from here, we're going to go back into standing, and this time our thrust hits are going to go to the side. So from your standing position, I'm going to step behind, lift my leg up, and thrust out to the side, and then come back to my standing position. So I'm going to step either in front or behind, but behind is going to be an easier position for you to move from. And I'm going to take the front leg, thrust, and come back to center. So I step behind, lift up the front leg, thrust, come back, walk it out, step behind, thrust, come back, walk it out, switch sides, step behind, lift that front leg up, squeezing through that glute as you throw that heel down to the side. Walk it out. Switch sides. Step behind. This glute is getting loaded as I kind of sit back through my hips and lift that leg up. And then I'm going to bring it right back. Walk it out. One more time, other side, step behind, lift that front leg up, and as I lift it up, I'm loading it, and then I unleash that power, pressing through the heel, coming right back up. Okay guys, last set of get-ups. This time what we're going to do, we'll sit on our butt. We're going to use a long sit position, which means one leg's out straight, one leg is bent. Whatever leg is straight, I'm going to have a supporting arm on that same side. I'm going to lift my butt up off the ground, and bring this leg back, come to standing, and lower myself down right through the same movement I just used to get up in the first place. So I'm going to do this several times so you can see how it's done. So I'm pressing into the bent knee leg and my straight arm, lifting the leg off the ground. Get that leg underneath me, press myself to standing, and lower myself right back down. Let's switch sides. Other leg is straight now. So remember, whatever leg is straight, I'm going to use the same side arm to post up. I'm going to press into the heel of the bent leg, lift the leg off the ground, bring it behind me, come to standing. Lower myself back down. Remember, your head is up. It's not curled over. It's up. And you're very buoyant with your spine. Switch sides. Bring it back. Lift it up. Go as fast or as slow as you want. Okay? So again, one leg straight, one leg is bent. I'm going to press into that bent leg foot. Lift the leg off the ground. Bring it behind me. Stand up. Lower myself right back down. Switch sides. Press, lift up, lower myself down. I'll go at a speed that works for you. Perhaps you want to add a little bit of walking to make sure your body is nice and loose and relaxed. And then as you lower yourself down, you want to spread those fingers wide, pressing through all the parts of your hand, not just your wrist, but all the parts of your hand. Shoulders down away from the ears, lift up, bring it behind, come up. Again, always that ready position with the arms. Ready to fall, ready to roll, ready to push, ready to pull, whatever the movement might need to be. Lower yourself down. Switch. Walk it out. Okay. All right, guys. We're going to move into our last set of break falls. This time we're going to do it from a standing position. So from our standing position, we're going to lower ourselves down slowly, smack the ground, and come right back up to standing. Okay, so again, you can do the side. Please be careful as you do these movements. Make sure you have enough room that you don't smack your head onto anything in your room. Walk it out in between, keeping your body nice and soft and relaxed, nice and fluid. Your breath is deep and dynamic. Lower yourself down, smack it out, come right back to standing. Nice and easy. Lower it down, smack, come right back up to standing. Make it work for you. Lower down. Nice and controlled every single time. So there's an element of control, but there's also an element of softness. You almost want to become very pliable. So that way, as you make contact with the ground, your body is able to kind of mold itself into the contours of the ground so that you don't hurt yourself. Nice and easy. Okay, guys, last set of thrust kicks. This time we're going behind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step back with one leg. The other leg I'm going to lift up, thrust behind, and then come right back to my starting position and then switch sides. So again, I'm stepping back with one leg. The front leg lifts off the ground, and my legs are going to kind of swipe. They're going to move straight line like this. So you're not coming out to the side. You're coming straight through with your thrust and then come right back. Okay? So you step forward, reach the leg up, behind. I'm going to do this from the side position as well. So again, you can either step forward or back. Choice is yours. But the idea is you want to load the tissue first and then explode with that movement and come right out of it. is like a mule kick. So again, my knees are kind of rubbing together almost as I kick through and then come back. I can also look back to see what I'm doing, to see where I'm kicking. Walk it out. Nice and easy, nice and strong. Pressing through that heel. Okay? One more time. And then come back out of it. All right, guys, let's lower ourselves down on towards the ground, towards our mat, please. From here, you're going to sit in a cross-leg position on your mat. I want you to grab onto those knees, pressing through the crown of the head. Shoulders are going to be wide. Chest is open, but the ribs are down in front. So see if you can open the chest by bringing those scapula together on the backside of the rib cage, but keeping those ribs down in front. So you don't want to be hyperextending through that low back. You want to keep that rib cage position nice right over the pelvis, but the shoulders are open and wide. Breathe in, breathe out. From here, we're going to gently breathe in. As we exhale, we're going to forward fold. Reach those hands out in front of the body, grabbing onto the ground. Let me back up just a little bit here. Grabbing onto the ground, lifting the palms up off the ground. This is like an Addams family hand here walking around. And then add some gentle undulations through the spine, relaxing through the spine. Feeling a nice gentle stretch on the outside of that posterior hip. Nice and easy, nice and relaxed. See if you can press into the ground with the back sides of your legs. Spreading those sit bones wide. Nice and relaxed. From here, as you take in your next breath, come to a nice tall seated position again. This time you're going to place your hands behind you. You're going to press through your palms, bringing those shoulders away from your ears. If you have the space, you can add some gentle movements of the lumbar spine, just shifting the hips from side to side, relaxing here. Again, opening up that chest, but not flaring through the front, but rather keeping it down and just allowing that spine to relax and be strong and long. Good. Lower your caboose back to the ground. This time go ahead and inhale, exhale, bring yourself forward. Relax. Inhale, exhale. One full breath cycle here, please. Good. Come to an upright position. This time what you're going to do is you're going to bring your hand down to one side. You're going to reach over your head. Just stretching through the lateral rib cage. Nice, beautiful stretch. You can turn to kind of position your sternum a little bit towards the ceiling or a little bit more towards the ground, just hitting different angles and variations, different vectors of movement. And then come right back up, switch sides. Inhale, exhale. Reaching through the hand, just adding some nice, beautiful sensations of stretch and getting those different angles. Remember, this should feel good. If it doesn't feel good, you need to change your movement so that it becomes a feel-good type stretch. Okay, come back to center, inhale. Just one more time the other side. Reaching, adding little wrist and finger movements. Come back to center. One more time, the other side. Coming right back up to center, nice and strong and long. On your next breath, float those arms out to the side. Bring the palms together above your head. As you exhale, float those hands down, heart center. Shoulders come down away from the ears. Chin follows the fingers. One breath cycle here, please. Good. One more time. Let's take a breath. Float the arms out to the side. Bring them above the head. Opening up that chest wide as you bring those arms out to the side. Palms come together. Exhale. Drop those hands down, heart center. Allow the chin to follow the fingers as you go. Inhale, exhale in this prayerful position here. Woo! Thank you guys so much. That was quite a workout. I hope that you guys enjoyed yourselves today. I know I sure did. I want to invite you guys to come back next week for more movement. Each workout that we're gonna do, each workout's gonna be totally different. So you guys feel free to add your comments, your complaints, your criticisms. You can email me. Good, spinal rotation, right on. Yeah, that works good for me. So yeah, dmore@harpercollege.edu. You got something special you want me to add to the mix? Feel free. We can add more martial arts. We can add more massage. We can add more meditation. Whatever you need a little bit more of, give me your feedback. I'd love to be able to help and share time with you in a healing way. Thank you so much for being here today. A lot of love and respect to all of you. And have a beautiful, glorious, powerful day. Right on. Thursday flow. Woo! Always a fan of the kicking. Yeah. I will have a wonderful day, Veronica. Thank you so much. Man, I really appreciate you guys and also the feedback. It really helps me out. So just have an awesome day today and keep spreading the love. Lots of smiles, lots of positivity, lots of good attitude. And I look forward to seeing you guys next Thursday.